Good day, everybody, and welcome to MFAN, Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am the voice of reason. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the extrajudicial killings that are taking place inside of Tigray. There have been many documented reports by foreign aid workers and the internal news media that is inside of Tigray. Now that is greatly restricted, so a lot of these reports again come from United Nations aid agencies and other aid agencies as well. So since the start of the war, we don't really know how many people have been killed. We don't know how many military personnel have been killed. We don't know how many civilians have been killed. But some estimates go as high as 50,000+. The official leadership of Ethiopia, based in Addis Ababa, led by Abiy Ahmed, quoted as saying that on the assault on Mekelle, 0 persons were killed. So, if you find truth that no civilians were killed in Mekelle as fighter bombers dropped bombs and rockets, self-propelled artillery launched shells into the city, if you believe that, well, okay. I guess you believe that then. But I'm going to go down a list of external and internal reports that have documented said extrajudicial killings. These were not military personnel. These are civilians. And I'll start with basically the most recent that occurred in early November. And that was in Humera. And that was perpetrated by the Ethiopian National Defense Forces and Amhara militia and an organization known as Fano, which is a Amhara youth organization that apparently was conscripted into the conflict to go torture and kill people. In terms of the actual deaths that occurred in Humera, we don't know. But there were extrajudicial killings inside of Humera. And that occurred early November, at the start of the conflict. Between November 9th and 10th, approximately 600 to 1,100 people may have been killed by Amhara militia in the town of Mai Kadra. And forgive me if I'm pronouncing these wrong, I apologize. On 18th of November, in this town of Zalambasa, 59 people were killed in their homes by the Eritrean Defense Forces, who are, by the way, according to the Ethiopian government, not actively engaged in the conflict. Unless you ask an Ethiopian general, then he would say, yes, of course, there absolutely is Eritrean Defense Forces operating inside of Tigray. On the 19th of November, in the town of Hitsats, 300 people were killed by the Eritrean Defense Forces. On the 21st of November, in Idaga Hamus, 24 people were killed after being captured inside of the town by the Eritrean Defense Forces. And on November 21st, in Adigrat, 12 people were killed by the Eritrean Defense Forces. On the 25th of November, again in Tigray, 8 to 15 people were killed by the Eritrean Defense Forces, and these people were killed allegedly at the Addis Pharmaceutical Factory located in the town of Tigray. On the 25th of November, in the town of Hazin, 8 people were killed inside of their homes by the Eritrean Defense Forces occupying Tigray. On the 30th of November, in the town of Idaga Hamus, 80 to 150 people were killed at a church located. The name of the church is Mariam Dengelat. Mariam Dengelat. And again, if I'm saying that wrong, I apologize. Again, 80 to 150 people killed in a church by the Eritrean Defense Forces. In late November, early December, 52 women, I apologize, let me back up, 50 men and 2 women were killed in the town of Arab, unknown assailants, most likely Ethiopian militia or Eritrean Defense Forces. In a 2-week period in December, in Takat village, 13 people were killed, boys ages 10 to 15 were killed by the Eritrean Defense Forces. In late December, in the town of Hazin, 70 people were killed by Amhara militiamen and Ethiopian National Defense Forces partaking in its law enforcement action. On the 14th of December, in the town of Adi, 30 people were killed by the Eritrean Defense Forces. And between the dates of 15 December and 20th December, an estimated 750 extrajudicial killings were perpetrated by the Eritrean Defense Forces in the town of Axum. So again, these are the real documented cases that have been observed inside of Tigray. There are most likely, well, I won't say most likely. There are many more cases in which there were no survivors, in which people could not tell the tale of what exactly occurred inside of Tigray, and that is going to increase the amount of deaths drastically.